Pictures of the finance minister
at Parliament. She's reached
at Parliament. Yeah, these are pictures just from a short while ago. We came back with these pictures only, and then she'll stand there. There will be a pose, and then she'll walk through the one of the entrances to the new Parliament. That's where she is. So there will be a briefing of the cabinet. We should get pictures from inside. I'm going to get a confirmation if we have a reporter, and we also have details of the Prime Minister if he's already reached Parliament. But yes, Gautam Chikarmani.
So I think the skilling is already being done by the private sector in the sense that there are various associations or bodies that are working with skill developers to develop curriculum, to create skills, and then there is a whole industry out there which teaches, then assesses, and takes the candidate right up to the job level. So I don't understand what the Ministry of Skilling is really doing. It's just another administrative bureaucratic structure. But the skilling...
Finish your point, because I have some data here which is sort of... Skilling is a problem and it's been flagged. But finish your point. Finish your point.
Yeah, so finding skilled labor is a problem.
Yeah.
Other than unskilled labor, which is in abundance, every other labor up the chain is very difficult to find. Hence, skilling is important. The point I'm making is government cannot, somebody mentioned that the government is not skilling. It's already the private sector. There seems to be a few gaps that are still there, and I think those gaps should, over a period of time, get fixed. For instance, I do know that the automotive skilling is really working well, not only from the outside of providing skilled personnel to companies, but within the plants of companies where the skill teaching is going inside.
I have some data points, and I think to my mind, and I keep going back to this, I mean, we keep talking about jobs, but I think there's an employability problem in this country. As per the National Employability Report, released by the Government of India, by the way, 45.9% is the number of graduates who are employable, which means that more than 50% of the graduates who are coming out of college in this country today are unemployable. They don't have the skills to be employed. The World Economic Forum report says that 54% of employees in India will require reskilling by 2025. The India Skills Report 2024 says there is a 60 to 75% demand-supply gap in key roles like ML engineer, AI scientist, data scientist, DevOps engineer, data architects. This is, to my mind, the biggest problem that we are facing.
They have a huge...
Hence a huge employability gap which needs to be bridged.
Increase budget allocation for skill development programs by at least 20%. You have to do it. I don't know.
No, Rajiv doesn't agree. Yeah, Rajiv.
Neither do I.
In the last 20 years, let's look at three industries, telecom, IT and pharma, which have grown very rapidly in the last 20-25 years.
Without any skilling.
From nothing, right? Did they have some special skill development package? The question is why. So they were hiring basically freshers. In fact, for probably 12 to 24 months, many of these industries have trained people on their own.
So they have reskilled them, or they have upskilled them.
They have managed to do that because there was an incentive for businesses to do it.
New sectors.
So we don't need to get into this debate on who should skill, how much skilling, what is the budget, let's increase the 30%. I think it's unnecessary.
You are saying create avenues for businesses to set up, manufacturing otherwise, however, they will figure out a way to skill as long as
the customer, the end buyer, they don't know what the industry wants. The customer wants.
If you look at your spend already on your central sector schemes, which is close to about, I think budgeted, the interim one was close to 15 lakh crores. You keep increasing is fine, but there is already a larger debate on how effective most of these schemes are in terms of their trickle down or effectiveness. You would rather use that money to actually incentivize your corporate sectors to say you skill depending on what you need, and you kind of
so incentivize the corporate sector. See, the Prime Minister sometime back said, even as Payal Mehta joins us, Sanjay Nair, President ASSOCHAM, is also with us. Sanjay ji, just give me a second. Going across to Payal, she's in Parliament. Let's try and understand what's happening in Parliament. The Prime Minister was very clear that government must get out of business. The onus of creating jobs, creating wealth is on the private sector, and we've got to incentivize the private sector via deregulation or many others.
There's more government right now than ever before.
So that's what the PM said. So are they working on it? Yes, Payal, what's happening in Parliament?
We are currently awaiting Prime Minister Narendra Modi and the other cabinet ministers to come for the important cabinet meeting, because remember, Anand, the cabinet will have to approve the budget before Nirmala Sitharaman presents it. So in a short while from now, in a couple of minutes, we'll also see Nirmala Sitharaman coming for the cabinet meeting. It is a customary meeting where not much is discussed, although, the passing of the budget, or rather the clearing of the budget by the cabinet is the most important rasam or tradition, as they say, before the finance minister goes into the house to present the budget. So it will be important to see what really comes out from here and what the Prime Minister says, because last time around, when we had the budget on account, the Prime Minister told all his cabinet colleagues in one single line that it is a very good budget and tell the people about his benefits as well. So will he give any message to his cabinet colleagues remains to be seen, but we're waiting for ministers to arrive. Already seen Dharmendra Pradhan, Jai Shankar, Mansukh Mandavia, all of these ministers have already reached the room where the cabinet meeting will take place, and about 10:15 in the morning, you'll see Prime Minister Narendra Modi come in for the cabinet. That's what's happening right now.
Exactly about 8 minutes from now, Amit Shah, Rajnath Singh are already there. Is there any sentiment? Is there any mood? Because the markets have not opened on the green. They are all in the red right now, even as we show the stock markets. Payal, what's the conversation in the corridors of the government?
Well, of course, the government ministers, the cabinet ministers, in fact, Anand are just walking into cabinet. We couldn't catch them or couldn't speak to them right now because of, the urgency of the meeting that has been actually called in as well. So once the meeting is over, probably we can sense from them if the Prime Minister has given them any message. But the BJP, remember, understands it's not a BJP government anymore, it's an NDA government. And that's the reason. Yesterday, there was a coordination meeting with all the allied partners in Kiran Rijiju present in that meeting, saying that we have to speak in one tone. So obviously, a coordination has been made. Floor management has been decided. Every party has been asked to ask all the MPs to remain present. And of course, common sharing points will be given out so that, they speak in one language. That's been something which has been very, very different from what we've seen last time around, with 2019 and 2024 being quite a different scenario for the government.
Well, have they got the narrative right within the allies or within the alliance is one question. Will they be able to seize the initiative or the narrative from the opposition? Because Zaka said that since the 4th of June, there seems to be a response of the government to what the opposition is setting the tone. And will they be able to wrest that back?